Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. We have lots of news for you today. Jade joins me in this session. And let's start with the first piece of news. And we start with Bihar elections. And we're talking about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling for booth-level coordination and unity among NDA workers in the Bihar election. Now, he says a party wins when every booth is strong, Modi said in his virtual address to Bihar's BJP booth level workers. The PM urged the BJP workers to coordinate with alliance partners. Where there is no BJP candidate, we have to get connected with other NDA candidates. We have to show our full prowess. If an NDA government is formed, again in Bihar, it will enhance the respect of every BJP worker, is what he said. So we have a lot more on what's happening in Bihar. So over to Jaydev.
Yeah, so Bihar looks very, very interesting, friends, the Bihar election, with the fact that according to certain news reports, they are saying that the youth are, unhappy with the unemployment situation, and also the fact that, Nitish Kumar, who has cited Modi, so he's a key partner of the NDA, but it looks like that in the opposite side, you have Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav fighting over each other because Tejasvi Yadav wants to contest all the seats. So as of now, it looks very much that the NDA should win, comfortably in Bihar, because we had Rajgopalan ji also and Suresh Kochatil ji also saying the same thing, that the Bihar election is should be comfortably won by the NDA, because you have Rahul Gandhi, who seems to have lost focus of the Bihar election. He seems to be interested in everything else other than the Bihar election. He seems to be attacking the electoral process and also the constitution in many ways, and he's questioning Modi for each and everything. He goes to Colombia and he says that in the university, and he says that the democracy in India is under danger. So all this, it looks very much like we have discussed, that the George Soros Foundation seems to be, funding all these, opposition parties, and guiding them as to how to take at least create some sort of atmosphere in India, so that Modi and the ruling dispensation is unsettled. So this is
So,
how, yeah.
yeah. So, Jaydev, meanwhile, a lot of things are happening backstage, as in the Supreme Court will hear all the legal issues and petitions regarding the Bihar Special Intensive Revision, which is known as SIR, on November 9th. The poll panel said that since its publication of the final electoral roll on September 30, not a single appeal has been filed by any voter against the name deletion. And BJP now leaders have their hands full on Wednesday, as the allies Rashtriya Lok Morcha and Hindustan Awam Morcha voiced displeasure over disproportionate allocation of seats to Chirag Paswan's Lok Janshakti party, forcing renegotiations over several seats. Now, the National Democratic Alliance in Bihar had announced a seat sharing arrangement 3 days ago. So there is a sort of a tussle that's happening, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, also Home Minister Amit Shah, he recently said that the Muslim population has increased considerably, and it is because of the illegal infiltrators from the places like Bangladesh, who has seeped into India. So, and this is the reason why the demography is changing in places like West Bengal, and Mamata Banerjee is very, very perturbed by the fact that of this SIR implementation. And you can see how this is very, very important for India, because you don't want all these states going and voting for an anti-Hindu party, right? So Modi and Amit Shah knows this is very very crucial, and meanwhile the opposition also knows that this is the way that they can come to power at any cost.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, moving on to what's happening, every time that, a problem comes, or Trump says something, Rahul Gandhi is the first one to jump on the, bandwagon. And now he's just taken up what Trump has said, which is, he says that Modi is frightened of Trump and over the, because Trump was talking about his, angst about India taking Russian oil, and this is something that they don't want. So, could you speak a bit more on this, Jerry?
Yeah, so Trump met at the behest of the Gaza summit in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. So, and we all know that how things went with Shehbaz Sharif, the Pakistani, prime minister, praising Trump to the roof, and Trump all, and it was like it was kind of hilarious that you have this. He's a prime minister of Pakistan, and it was such a shameless display that even Trump,
What I like, Jaydev? Yeah, what I like, Jaydev, is that Melanie was at the back, Italian Prime Minister, and she could hardly, hide her emotions. I mean, she was literally shocked, and she'd put her, hand on her mouth, wondering what is happening between, the PM of, the President of US and Shahbaz. So I'm really worrying that this man has absolutely no shame, and now so many memes showing him licking the boot of Trump have come out.
yes. So this is what Pakistan has been reduced to. And coming to India, from the Indian point of view, Trump knows that things are not have not gone well with him and India, because point number one is he has put a lot of tariffs on India, and because India is buying Russian oil, number one, and also the fact that they know that India is one of the rising economies, and US is on the downfall, especially the dollar. And the US wants to, pressurize India to not buy Russian oil. And now, according to Trump, he has said that Modi has promised to stop buying it soon, to stop buying Russian oil soon. So, is there any truth to it? We know that it is very, very unless and until the Indian government comes and says, "Yes, Modi ji has said this." We cannot believe these words, right? And
Yeah.
I
Also,
can't believe,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Also, Jaydev, see, who is he to nominate, Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize? He's saying, I would like to nominate this great president for the Nobel Peace Prize because I genuinely feel he's the most genuine and the most wonderful candidate because he has brought not only peace in South Asia, saved millions of people their lives, and today achieving peace in Gaza and saving millions of lives in Middle East. It is like, he's one of those clapper boys or those cheerleaders, who's been paid to praise, Trump. And from the expressions of the people behind, you could make out that this was all, making them, laugh out loud. Very, very ridiculous scene made by these two people. And I mean, surely Donald Trump has the class to not, what you call, entertain such things or ask such questions, isn't it?
Yeah, so what is important is that Donald Trump and the deep state, they would like to see Prime Minister Modi and the BJP government gone from India, because Modi ji is the strength of the strong Indian economy as of now, and they know that just like how things went down in Nepal, how things went down in Bangladesh, so they want a similar kind of situation in India, and they don't like to see a stable India, because the America did the same mistake with China, and look where the relationship with America and China is right now. And Trump believes that by putting tariffs on each and every country, that that country will come around and fulfill his whatever sort of desires that he has, right? Or whatever rules he would like that country to follow in terms of trading. So this is how Trump thinks that this is he does not think like a president, but he thinks like a businessman, and this is big proof of that. And Trump wants India and Russia to not have a good relationship because Trump is siding with obviously Ukraine uh, and the European Union. So this is the reason why Trump is sort of maybe putting words into Prime Minister Modi's mouth. We never know until and unless this is confirmed officially by the Indian government. And I do think that there's not much truth in these words, and I do think that India will continue buying Russian oil as of now. And one more important point, let us not forget that Trump is entertaining Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan because he wants the Bagram air base, and also he thinks that by having some sort of presence in Pakistan, he can keep India in check. Also, the fact that he has signed a crypto deal with Pakistan, point number two, and also the rare earth minerals, which Shehbaz Sharif and the failed General Asim Munir went to the White House, and they showed it in a briefcase like a salesman. That is also one of the key reasons why Trump is keeping Shehbaz Sharif just like a puppet, right? So this is how the politics is being played, and Modi ji and Ajit Doval know that Trump is an unpredictable guy, and that's the reason why Modi ji did the smart decision of not going to the Sharm el Sheikh meeting of the Gaza peace meeting. And so you can see that Ajit Doval and Rao and Modi is doing a great job so far, but there is a lot of more things to be careful about, right? Because the deep
Yeah,
state has deep pockets. Yes.
absolutely. Yeah. So, just taking some comments from Sunita. Sunita says, whatever fiasco Pakistan creates on an international forum, they don't show all that in their country, but always try to belittle India in some point or the other. Mostly lies. In fact, Sunita, the funny thing is that when they can't get the point across, they use some of their, TV actors or movie actors to convey the points, thinking that glamour will speak for them. Even that much they don't have the guts to stand up like men and fight a proper battle during war. They have to go use all these sort of tactics. Sunita also says Trump is basically from a business family, so no wonder he acts similarly. And another point that she makes is these guys are trying to eliminate Modi ji since he chaired the prime ministership. Naturally, they must be frustrated when elected each time. Hope they hike the security for him more. Absolutely. So this is also a very, very important issue.
Also,
Now moving, yeah.
yeah.
Now
Also, a
moving on to, yeah. Please go ahead.
few points to consider is that Amit Shah has endorsed the likes of Zoho, that he will be having a Zoho mail. And this is, for your kind attention, this is what he tweeted on X. So you can see that Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah has, endorsed the likes of Zoho, and they want a Desi version or an Indian version of, be it Google, be it Gmail or YouTube or Facebook or any other social media platform. They are encouraging Indian entrepreneurs to create something similar and much better. So this is very welcome move, and I do hope that all these celebrities also endorse these kind of products, because this is the way to go forward. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, moving on to West Bengal. Now, the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Thursday said that a large Mahakal temple will come up in Siliguri, for which a trust will be formed. Speaking to reporters on in Darjeeling, she said the temple will be constructed next to the proposed convention center in Siliguri. Now, what is really very, very disturbing is the fact that Mamata has never done anything or spoken on behalf of Hindus. And now, this point, when she raises this point about building a temple for Hindus, comes as a quite a shocker, because the only religion where their temples are being are funds can be used by the government are Hindus, whereas Christians and Muslims and other religions do not open their do not have this clause. So I wonder, what is this woman next going to loot Mahakal after she builds it? Is my question.
Yeah.
Jaideep.
So also the fact that there was a horrible rape case in West Bengal of the female doctor, and the real culprits have not been nabbed, right? And also the fact that she does not believe in the SIR, the specific intensive revision process, because most of her vote bank is people who came from the likes of Bangladesh, right? So now, until now, her target, vote bank was the Muslims, and now she has had a change of heart, and now she is appealing to Hindus with this particular news, isn't it? So, what
Yeah.
does this indicate? Is the question is that is she afraid that she is losing her ground after the horrible rape case, and that she's being exposed after that? So this does indicate that she is also trying to somehow get the Hindu votes back into her fold. So BJP should now look at this move from Mamata Banerjee, and they should think as to how to put their cards forward. Yes.
Also, Jaydev, see, a person like Mamta, she's a woman. And the question that she asks is, how did the girl go, venture out of the hostel at 10:30? Now, did she ask the same question to the four men who had gang raped her? And why did she not reveal the names of the four men who belong to minority? That is, they are Muslims. Why were the names not revealed? What is she scared of? Is she scared of not getting votes if she reveals it? So this hypocrite of a woman, she absolutely does not believe in any sort of justice for the women who have been raped. This is now the third or fourth case. God alone knows how many cases were hidden before this. And she, instead of trying to solve the situation and to comfort the parents, this is how she behaves. You know what is she? Sometimes I think, is she a woman or a man? I really don't understand. Welcome, Reno.
Welcome,
And
Renu.
yeah, and Sunita says, nice session. Do hit the button, friends. Mine is the thank you so much. And back to the country. Yes, she makes an important point. She says, look at the present condition. Afghanis are celebrating their victory over Pakistan, and many civilians died. And both Asim Munir are not bothered about their country. We saw how Modi ji returned back to the country during Operation Sindoor. Yes, this is how a leader behaves, when he is a patriot. Whereas Asim Munir and all, these are pawns who make money and send their children abroad to the best universities for higher studies, when their own country, children are not, having any food, and people are dying of poverty and, misery. Yeah, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, so the way Shehbaz Sharif behaved in that Gaza peace meet has become a subject of many memes all over the internet. And he was, they say that he was the big bootlicker of President Trump, because he was, Shehbaz Sharif told that he's going to nominate President Trump for Nobel Peace Prize for a second time. And this is how Pakistanis are so desperate, because their whole country is collapsing. Their whole economy has collapsed, especially after the demonetization of Modi ji, and also the fact
Yeah.
that yeah.
Yeah, I would also like to speak a little bit about Melanie Jaydev. See, Melanie, she a lot of the things that she does has gone viral, but this is not the first time that her expressions have gone viral. In June last year, a video circulated on social media showing the Italian leader rolling her eyes as former U.S. President Joe Biden kept leaders waiting at the NATO summit in Washington. In the footage, she is also seen checking an imaginary watch as she and several other leaders waited for Biden to arrive. She rolls her eyes at least twice before she notices the camera and smiles. The following month, the Prime Minister appeared to shoot a death stare at French President Emmanuel Macron during the G7 summit in Italy. The video showed her rolling her eyes at Macron and a not so welcoming handshake between the two. Now here she's very clearly, putting her hand to her mouth and saying that this is a shame. I mean, in fact, even Trump started feeling a little embarrassed when the prime minister went on and on about praising him, because he also got embarrassed that he never thought this is a man will keep on going, and he thought he would stop. So it's quite a funny thing that Trump is so desperate for the peace prize. I mean, what is the peace prize? If you look at it, the Bangladesh, the person who was leading Bangladesh was a Peace Prize winner, Nobel Peace Prize winner. And how many Hindus died during that tenure? There was mayhem, there was burning, there was killing, and he was presiding all over this. So what does the Peace Prize mean at all? I don't think it is anything. It's just that they give it to the people they choose. That's it. So I don't think Trump should be running after the Peace Prize, or anybody should, for that matter. Back to you, Jeff. Yeah, Jaydev?
Yeah. Also, the Ministry of External Affairs, yeah, the Ministry of External Affairs of India, they confirm that India is a significant importer of oil and gas, and it is our consistent priority to safeguard the interest of the Indian consumer in a volatile energy scenario. Our import policies are guided entirely by this objective, and ensure stable energy prices and secured supplies have been twin goals of our energy policy. So this includes broad basing our energy sourcing and diversifying as appropriate to meet market conditions. So this is how this is the statement released by the Ministry of External Affairs in response to Trump claiming Modi has assured him that India would stop purchasing oil from Russia. So India making it indirectly clear that India is not going to stop, purchasing oil from Russia, and the needs of the consumer is the utmost priority for the Indian government. So this
Yeah,
is a very good statement here.
yeah. And Sunita says, ma'am, even during Kargil war, it was our soldiers who took care to send the Pakistani soldiers' bodies back to their country. My big salute to Indian Army. See, they don't even care for their soldiers' lives. So this is something that I think, Sunita, we've seen. They are very callous. They do not care about other people. And even look at the way they went and showed these minerals to Trump, as if they were selling even what is in their land. It is their land, and they're selling even their land to Donald Trump, like salespeople. It was a shame. And these are things that India will never do. Modi ji is very careful about how we project India, and that this is something that we really need to be proud of, isn't it?
Yeah, and the utmost importance is that each and every Indian should realize that there are so many anti-Indian forces in work, whether it is digitally, whether it is in the media, whether it is in the news media agencies, whether it is among politicians, whether it is among political parties, whether it is NGOs, whether it is foreign funds like George Soros, or Islamist forces, that so many forces are working unitedly against the BJP, and especially Prime Minister Modi. And also they say that there are so many people within the BJP who do not like to see PM Modi as a PM. So it is of utmost importance that the Indian citizen and the Indian voter knows, that Modi ji, being prime minister, is very very important at this very very crucial stage of India.
So Govinda says nowadays, yes, Rajgopal comes every week, Govinda. And
Every
what happened?
Tuesday.
Yeah, what happened to the SSR murder case? It's still not being, followed. All they say is that the prime accused, who was Rhea Chakravarti, has been, by the CBI, has been cleared by the CBI, but the CBI does not even dare do a press release because they're scared that the public will attack them. So I'm still waiting for something concrete to come in this case. Also, Jaidev, before we end, I'd like to say that a lot of the corporate heads, like Mohandas Pai and Kiran Shah, are now, questioning the Karnataka government for giving such a poor infrastructure to Bangalore, where they receive the maximum amount of money from all these companies. So, could you just give a few remarks on that?
Regarding what, sorry?
Yeah, the infrastructure. Now, the corporate heads have started attacking the Karnataka government on the infrastructure, and that they will not take, all these potholes and, badly done roads and infrastructure.
Yeah, so there are more better cities in terms of infra in India that all these foreign countries can move to, because ultimately, if you don't have proper infrastructure like proper roads and less traffic, all these MNCs will move to places like Hyderabad or Pune or any other city in India, because connectivity is not a problem. And it says a lot about the likes of DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaya, who have not done anything to improve the infra of Bengaluru, right? Especially the pothole roads. And it is only that those certain metro projects which were done by Prime Minister Modi and the central government, right? It is not done by the state government. All these decisions, what did these people do to reduce the traffic? Nothing.
Yeah.
Especially their only focus was to give free bus rides, to women, free electricity, and all these freebies, as you would say. And that was the only thing which and that's how the government of Karnataka is facing a lot of financial difficulties, and this is how Karnataka is in a huge fix. But
And the funny
meanwhile,
thing,
yeah,
yeah, and the funny thing is, DK Shivkumar is not going to become the chief minister. Apparently, he's not in the running at all, isn't it?
yeah, it was agreed that 2.5 years Siddaramaya will be the CM, and then the next 2.5 years DK will be the CM. But until now, Siddaramaya does not want to leave his seat, right? So it makes DK Shivkumar all the more anxious.
So, with this, we end the session. Good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shiv.